welcome to my session. My name is Lalitha. I'm a master trainer with EduBridge. Today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic and a powerful topic. Have you ever had a conversation with someone who only responded 2 or 3 word sentences and you walked away feeling like you learned very little? The person might not have been intentionally giving you a short answers. Perhaps you could have phrased your questions better. A lot of people fail to understand the power of asking quality questions. So today our session is all about power of asking questions. The quality of the answers we get are directly correlated with the quality of the questions we ask. Asking questions means you want to learn, you want to understand and know. Questions allow you to assess your understanding as well as others. Identify gaps in your knowledge is the first step to filling them. We can learn a lot, often more, from the work involved in answering a question than from the answer itself. So why it is important to ask a powerful questions? Let us understand the importance of asking questions. Being able to ask and answer students' questions is an important point of teaching and learning. Asking questions helps you motivate students' curiosity about the topic and at the same time helps you assess their understanding of the material. I would like to show you a video on power of asking questions. So let us watch this video and come back to discuss about what we have watched.
Voltaire said, "Judge a man by his questions rather than his answers." And he makes a very good point. It's often said that the quality of your life is defined by the questions you ask, because the quality of the question determines the quality of the answer. So it stands to reason that if you can get better at asking questions, then you can get better answers. Better answers result in a whole host of benefits. For example, being better informed allows you to make better decisions. But being better at answering questions doesn't just mean getting better answers. Obtaining information is just one outcome of questioning. Questions can be used for controlling a conversation. This can be particularly useful during an argument or negotiation. Questions can also be used as a way of showing interest. Showing an interest in other people can help to build relationships, and showing an interest in a subject can open up opportunities to become involved. What's more, questions can be used to explore people's personalities or to diagnose problems, as well as being the common way of testing people's knowledge, such as exam questions. Questions can also be used to encourage further thought or used to emphasize a point. For example, this can be done using a rhetorical question. Finally, ever heard of an icebreaker? Well, questions can be used to encourage a discussion amongst a group and promote conversation amongst people who don't know each other. So it's worth considering how skilled you are at asking questions, because although we all know how to ask a question, do we all know how to do it properly? Questions in their simplest form can either be open or closed. Closed questions are questions which require a short answer, often one word, and chosen from a limited set of possible answers. For example, yes or no questions, or multiple choice questions, or a question to get a specific piece of information. Let's look at some examples of closed questions. Would you like an ice cream? What flavour would you like? How much does it cost? In contrast, open questions allow for much longer responses and therefore potentially more creativity and information. An open question asks the respondent for his or her knowledge, opinion, or feelings about something, and the response is usually more qualitative than quantitative. They usually begin with what, why, or how, but tell me and describe can also be used in the same way. Here are some examples of open questions. Tell me what happened when your ice cream was stolen. Why did you not report it right away? How was your day out at the seaside?
After watching the video, we have understood the quality of the answers we get are directly correlated with the quality of the questions we ask. Asking questions means you want to learn, you want to understand and know. Knowledge is having the right answer. intelligence is asking the right question, which was said by Albert Einstein. Sometimes we ask questions simply to start a conversation. We ask the questions we are used to asking, the logical questions that are typical and expected. In many cases, we ask the questions that check our own knowledge. That is, the things we already know. Think for a moment about what this type of questions does. It does not do for our relationship, especially in our business development. To ask better questions, first we have to really look at things from a different perspective. It isn't what do I need to know as much as what do I not know, and how will this interaction be better from my question. Good questions are worded in a way that causes the other person to start talking, not just answering, but sharing in a meaningful way that puts us in a new place together. Learners should ask questions to improve learning. When preparing to teach, compose specific questions that you will ask your students or that you anticipate they will ask you. Doing so will help you increase students' participation and encourage active learning. The strategies are also helpful as you formulate questions for exams and assessments. So now we will understand what are the general strategies for asking questions. Strategies. When planning questions, keep in mind your course goals. For example, do you want students to master core concepts, to develop their critical thinking skills? The questions you ask should help them practice these skills as well as communicate the facts, ideas, and ways of thinking that are important to the learning and in your course. A second strategy, aim for direct specific questions during class discussions rather than beginning a single question that is multi-layered and complex. Use sequence of questions to build depth and complexity. A third strategy, ask questions throughout your class and ask only one question at a time. When you ask more than one question, students often do not respond because they are unsure which question you want them to answer. In your course planning, include notes about when you will pause to ask and answer questions. Asking questions throughout the class will not only make it more interactive but will also help you measure and improve student learning. Do not wait until the last minute of class to ask for questions. Students are unlikely to ask questions when they know that only a few minutes remain. A fourth strategy, ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions work best for engaging students in discussions. As they after the opportunity for the debate, avoid asking leading questions, those that prompt or suggest the answers, and yes or no questions. If a yes or no questions is warranted, be ready with the follow-up questions to encourage students to critically evaluate the material and engage in discussions. As we have discussed about power of asking questions and strategies how to deal with power of asking questions and how it is helpful for our training sessions and how to deal with our students to make sure their learning would be an active learning by asking powerful questions. Thank you for supporting us and watching our videos, and please do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support with EduBridge Learning.